on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. 'Cause this is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. 'Cause this is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider.
My bad, my bad. We good now. I ain't know I was muted. Welcome back to tdphinstalk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Y'all hit that like button on your way in the building. Let your friends and family members know about the channel. All right. Listen, man, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. We had a great show earlier today. I did a great show today, and then I went on to the huddle. And after the huddle, got my kids from school. After that, took my 6-year-old to basketball practice. And everybody, I went back and checked on the video, and everybody in the comment section, I'm just like, man, that video must have been that interesting. It was people that loved it, people that hated it. It was very interesting to me. And some of the comments were even more interesting to me. It's kind of crazy, because I realize people hear stuff that you don't even say. They hear things that you don't even say. And it's like, what do you do? For the record, ladies and gentlemen, not one time in my stream earlier today did I call Tua Tagovailoa soft. Not one time. Not one time in the entire stream did I call Tua Tagovailoa soft. I gave his perspective on the situation, which I understood, and I gave a Flores perspective on the situation, which I could understand as well. And then I gave you my perspective on the situation and what I believe in those situations. I never said that he was soft. You called him a puppy. I was using an example of what happens when you put pressure on somebody. Either the big dog shows up or the puppy. I never called anybody anything. I left it for y'all to decide which one you feel that he portrays. But if I did, I wouldn't care. But I didn't, because I don't think it would be right for me to just say that another man is soft. But yeah, this whole the puppy thing was an analogy of whenever people say dog, you want a dog, not a puppy. You want a big dog, not a puppy. It's that simple. But yeah, I just don't understand. Like, people hear things that you don't even say, and then they're all in your comment section repeating it like you said it. I never said such a thing. I thought today I had given one of my most fair streams ever, giving you Tua's perspective, which I understand, giving you Brian Flores' perspective, in which I understand, and giving you what I believe in the situation. And people had the nerve to say you're biased. Now, I love that word, TFJ. He said you implied. This whole notion of implied, let me tell y'all something. If you feel like I implied something, it's because deep down you feel that's what it is. Not coming at you, TFJ, but for the people who feel like I implied Tua was something, that just tells me deep down in the back of your mind, you feel that it's true. If you can relate something, that's like me saying this. That's like me talking about Tom Brady for 30 minutes. And then all of a sudden I'm saying, pressure either bursts pipes or it makes the pipes expand. Y'all not going to automatically, are you insinuating Tom Brady's pipes are burst? No, you're going to automatically insinuate, oh, his expanded, because that's what you believe in your head. The notion of insinuation is based off of how you view it. If I give you two ways things can go, how you view it is what you're going to see me talking about it as. So don't take what I'm saying and your beliefs though of it and reflect it back on me. It's how you feel. Somebody said this is some serious mental gymnastics, but you know what? It probably is, but it doesn't have to be. Just listen to the words that I'm saying and take them for what they are instead of diving in trying to insinuate or think this is what he's saying. I'm just giving you perspective of how Brian Flores probably viewed it. And I also said 1 billion times, don't make him right. Don't make Tua right. I think this is a situation where time will tell whose philosophy and whose way of doing things is right. I can't even have that high level, just basic conversation without people literally taking it to this whole next different level. I don't get it. It is what it is. Okay. It is what it is. On another note, when I first came into the stream, I saw the chat. I guess people were insinuating that somebody else was talking about me in my stream. I'll make this clear. I done told y'all a million times. I don't associate with some people. I still don't understand to this day why some people even listen to me. Is that the only way they can make content is by listening to me and trying to break it down? Am I that person for them or something like that? I don't associate with people. So it doesn't matter to me what anybody else says. The one of the biggest strengths, and at least I believe it's a strength, okay? One of the biggest strengths that I have in life that God has blessed me with. And a lot of times, until you master this, you're going to have a hard time finding success. I don't care what other people think about me. Their opinions of me doesn't matter. They're not living my life in my shoes. They don't have to live with the consequences of the decisions that I make. Nor do they reap the blessings from the decisions that I make. What's for me is for me. Y'all don't have to come and say, first of all, I didn't even know somebody was talking about me until this stream started and saying somebody's going off on me. Whatever, right? I'm so past beyond other people saying stuff about my takes. I just give y'all my takes. If that's how other people have to get off, I ain't got nothing wrong with that. Go get your coin. If getting off on talking about TD is going to help you, by all means, go get your coin. Do what you need to do. I endorse it. I endorse it. But to come over here and try to tell me like you're going to get this like, oh, what did they say? Let me say this to that. But nope. Nope. TD, you are just a YouTuber. Please stop. That's all I am. I don't know what you want me to stop because as a YouTuber, this is what I do. But yeah, I'm just a YouTuber. And you know, that's the point that I be trying to make too, though. Real talk, dang. Like, why do people get bent out of shape on little old TD? Little on me. Why? Why do people get bent out of shape over little on me? All right, man. But I was indulging you on that, but in all seriousness, I'm more than a YouTuber. I'm a man of faith. I'm a father of 6. I'm a husband of 1. I am a co-founder of a company that's thriving right now. I am the proud founder also of this YouTube channel, tdphinstalk, Roundtable Sports, which is doing very well. Thank all y'all for y'all support. We've launched all 8 NFL channels. They're going off with a hit. Some of them almost got AFC East numbers already. It's kind of crazy. And the blessing to be able to bless those creators and pay them, for their services, and, for them to get big ups in the community. It's just a beautiful thing, man. But I do say that to say this. Be about your business, people, one way or another. All this little petty stuff, that's for the petty people. And I'm not speaking to nobody, and I'm literally being general here. This ain't directed, literally. I promise y'all, it ain't directed at nobody because I don't see nobody like that. All this petty stuff are for the petty people. I'm like so beyond that, honestly. And some may say, then why even talk about it now? Because it's on y'all mind. Y'all came in the chat saying, oh, this person or that person went off on you. I hope they gained 1 million subscribers from it. I hope they got a brand deal from it. I don't know what to say. I just hope that it helped them. I hope it helped them. That's all I could say. I want everybody out here to be blessed. I want everybody out here to win. If they want to hold a title as the best YouTuber or anything, by all means, because I'm not in a race with anybody other than myself. I'm racing myself. I'm competing with myself. And I wake up in that morning, I say, I got to beat you today. I got to beat you today. I can't let you defeat me today. I got to beat you. I look in that mirror and I say that every day. I got to beat you today. Do I win every day? I don't win every day, but I'm competing. That's how I compete. I compete with myself, man. It's that simple. And I was sitting there thinking, while I was driving to go pick my kids up from school, man, I'm like, my interaction is with God every day, like, in my mind, I'm sitting there on my way on my way to pick up the kids, and I was just thinking, and this is a word for somebody who may need it. What was I thinking? I was saying to myself, the less God has to bless you, the more he's been blessing you. Stay thankful and thank God. That hit me. It was like the less he has to bless you, the more he has blessed you. Because a lot of people don't recognize the blessings you have every single day of your life. You woke up this morning and said, oh, I'm going to go to TD Stream and hate on him. God bless you to be able to do that. You woke up this morning, oh, I'm going to enjoy TD Stream. God bless you to be able to wake up and do that. Like, we were out here fighting over little stuff on somebody. If somebody calls somebody soft or whatever y'all talk about, man, it's a blessing to even be able to go back and forth. And it's a blessing for me to be able to tell y'all right now, oh, I don't care about what they think about me. That is a blessing. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. We got subscribers who got family members who lost their life this week. We got people in the chat who fighting for their life right now. We got people in the hospital bed right now listening to TD talk right now. Man, I don't worry about all that other unnecessary stuff. If they're in competition, let them be. Good for them. That's how they got to get off the way they do. I'm here for it, honestly. I'm really entered this realm in my life, and I'm gonna be honest, it's happened more recently. I've always had a positive attitude and mindset, but literally, probably within the last year, I'm entering this mindset in my life. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Therefore, I can walk in peace, not worrying about what others think and what they feel, and just be authentically me and just enjoy myself. And whoever likes it, like it. Whoever don't. And they ain't gonna never hesitate to tell you they don't like it. But don't take that dislike. Don't take that dislike and get offended by it. I don't. All these, and listen, y'all talk about Flores. Read my comment section after the video. You want to talk about how Flores talk to people? You read my comment. You read the last video comment section. Even well, no, y'all ain't gonna be able to see it. The notes that YouTube send me and say we held these for review because we felt that it shouldn't be posted, but if you want it posted, you go read those that I get every day. And you talking about Flores saying somebody trash and suck and don't belong? Man, that ain't nothing. You wonder why I got the stance of, man, you don't be broken. Like, do y'all know what come in my inbox every day? So excuse me if I know ain't nothing gonna break me, and I feel things shouldn't break strong-minded other people. But if they do, they do. So therefore, this stream is titled Miami Dolphins Tua Tagovailoa is not soft. But what he is, ladies and gentlemen, is breakable. Breakable. Bad grammar. He's breakable. Now, do we want to dispute that? Because there is a problem that I did have with the interview when he said anybody would be broken. Whatever he said with anybody, he said anybody. Anybody. That's not true. It's just not true. Some can take more than others. And the reality is some will not be broken ever. No matter how bad you come at me. Some people love it because they thrive off of proving you wrong. And then we get mad at a head coach because he want a guy like that. We get mad at a head coach that want a guy that can't be broken. And in order for him to find out if you can be broken, he try to break you. We get mad at that. And I'm not saying, that's another thing in my stream earlier. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm also not saying it's wrong. It's a matter of perspective on which side you are and what you believe. I opened up the right of it. Hey, he could have done this a little better or that a little better, though. I recognize that. Flores could have definitely, in my opinion, handled it better. But I also feel like I know where he was coming from. Glenn said, yes, it is. I can break anyone between the ages of 18 and 24. I could have broke you, TD. Everyone can be broke. Now, that is just a bold-faced lie. Not coming at you, Glenn, but that's not true. You are wrong. You are wrong. Because honestly, you cannot reach into the heart or the mind of a man and tell him that you can, no matter what, break him. Not with words. Now you torture and all that. That's sweet. That's a whole different story. But with words, stop it. You know you wouldn't have. With words. It's just a matter of your mentality and how you perceive those words. Again, there are different eras, man. There are different situations. No, I'm not tripping, T-Rich. Everybody ain't breakable with words. You can say whatever you want to some people and it won't matter if they mentally mature. Words are more powerful than fists. For people, that words are more powerful than fists. Why can y'all? That's what y'all need to separate the two. Words are more powerful than fists. For people, that words are more powerful than the fists. I'm telling you, I'm not one of those people. Not a single word ever uttered can bother me. I've had that my entire life. They're words. They're words. And that's that new era stuff. That words hurt you. I grew up on sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. I grew up. That was the motto. That's what they fed us. That's what they fed us. Will they frustrate you? Will they aggravate you? Will they annoy you? Absolutely. But break you? Miss me. Miss me wholeheartedly with that. Miss me. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Miss me. Somebody said in the chat earlier, even though they were joking, because they said, TD, you got 10 kids. They were like, you treat them all differently. I do treat all my kids differently. I customize how I treat them. But when it comes to their mental stability, their mental fortitude, I treat them all the same. Matter of fact, I'm very hard on my kids and harsh. I'm constantly having a conversation about the real world, how they can care less about your feelings. I'm constantly reminding them that. That's why when my oldest son came, he's been a football star his whole life, winning championships and being the MVP, getting at the banquet at the end of the year with 6 trophies, and the runner-up got 2. He's so used to it. And he comes, and now he's playing for a state championship team. Hey, this is a different ball game, baby. This program is real. And he comes a month later than everybody else. They already conditioned and everything. He's 7th on the depth chart at defensive end. 3 weeks later, he 3rd. He ain't going to be broken. Come do 2 of days if you can handle it. Does the 2, get home, then he do with me. Not going to be broken. We got to achieve. We got to achieve. We got to go after that. What the coach tell him the first day, the reason why you ain't in the mix yet, because you ain't strong enough. You got to get in that weight room and stuff. Something he wasn't used to. He ain't do much weight training like that. I don't feel like it was good at a younger age. Went and put that work in. He ain't going to take, you're not good enough right now as an answer. Okay, well, let me go get good enough. And got tons more work to do. And understands he can still fail. Understands he can still fail. He understands that. Problem is, we ain't got enough people having these conversations. Some people don't know how to fail, don't know how to lose, don't know how to be told that they ain't it. And let these kids make a decision. I'm told that I ain't it. Do I cower or do I go become it? No, don't tell me any 18 or 24-year-old could be broken. I'm sorry. No. Nope. Mm-mm. It's all a mindset. All a mindset. Do I feel like what Tua went through was easy? No. I think Flores piled it on, added extra sauce to it, really wanted to just demoralize him. I really do. I'm convinced myself now. Flores really was that real deal on how mean and nasty and aggressive he was towards Tua Tagovailoa. I believe it now. I believe it now. Does that define him? At the end of the day, I feel like both of them have a point in all of this. It's crazy that the Vikings head coach just came out and responded to this information and basically just said, man, based off of what I know, Flores has a great relationship with all the players in Minnesota. And that means nothing to me for the people who sent it, because You can become better. You can dial it down a little. I just wholeheartedly feel that Brian Flores felt like he had a guy that he did not believe in. And the Miami Dolphins had to go get a guy that believed in Tua. Flores never believed in Tua. He did not believe in Tua at all. To this day, I don't believe he think Tua is going to amount to anything significant. To this day. Now, some people already say, oh, well, he already has. Okay, that's your opinion. But that's all it came down to. Flores did not believe in Tua Tagovailoa. And he probably felt like he was stuck with something he wasn't going to be, that was going to get him fired anyway. He didn't believe in him. And he was going to run him out of town, or Tua was going to gain his respect. But there's only two ways. That's how probably what was in Flores' mind. I'm going to run him out of town, or I'm going to respect him when it's all said and done. Which means he going to fold and I'm going to run him out, or he going to turn that corner and not let them pipes burst, and I'm going to respect him more than anybody I ever respected in my life. And both of them backfired on him because he ended up getting fired. But I'm pretty confident that's how he was viewing it. That's how he was viewing it. Played that clip earlier of Tom Brady talking about tough coaching. Matter of fact, some of y'all probably didn't hear it. So with that being said, I'm going to play it. Matter of fact, there's two clips I want to play of Brady. This is another one. But this one goes hand in hand in what I've been telling y'all for a long time. This new quarterback era in the NFL, it's dumbed down. Y'all think these guys that good? No, they're dumbed down from what they used to need to be able to do to be successful. They have dumbed this league down to make y'all think these quarterbacks are as good as those quarterbacks used to be. They're not even close. They can't process the field real time really well. They can't audible the way they should. They can't call their protections. It's been so elementary dumbed down. Every time I say that, oh, why you hate? And no, the league is dumbed down. Here's Tom Brady on the same subject.
College programs. Now there used to be college programs. Now there are college teams. You're no longer learning a program, you're learning a playbook. And the program is ultimately, like at Michigan, for me, that was a pro-style program. 5 years, I got to learn how to drop back pass, to read defenses, to read coverages, to be coached. I had to learn from being seventh quarterback on the depth chart to moving up to third to ultimately being a starter. I had to learn all those things.
And pause right there. What's even funny about it, I remember Nick Saban's very own interview. Yeah, these kids, they don't know protections and all that anymore. We don't even teach it. Nick Saban said this. We don't even teach it. They don't understand their one protection, their two protection, their three protection. I ain't even understand the terminology he was saying at the time. But he was explaining they don't know none of this stuff. They don't know how to call their protections. They don't know the proper audibles to go into. You got to give them 2-3 plays in the huddle, and if they do this, switch to that. You got to make it elementary. Nick Saban himself said this. It was like on a Monday Night Football or something where you know how they have you in the booth, Peyton Manning them? He said it himself.
College, that was development. Then I went to New England, and I was developed by Coach Belichick and the offensive staff there. I didn't start my first year. I think it's just a tragedy that we're forcing these rookies to play early. But the reality is the only reason why they are is because we dumbed the game down, which has allowed them to play. It used to be thought of at a higher level. We used to spend hours and hours in the offseason and training camp trying to be a little bit better than next year. But I think what happens is discourages the coaches from going to deep levels because they realize the players don't have the opportunity to go to a deep level. So they're just going to teach them where they're at.
It discourages the coaches to even go on a deep level with players because they don't have time to go on a deep level. And you get mad at Flores for wanting it now. He knew Tua had to be developed because Tua ain't doing a pro-style system. What did I tell y'all 4 years ago? If you bring Tua in, put him in an NFL pro-style system, he is not going to look good for the first 2 years, but I promise you, he's the type of guy by year 3, it's going to blossom. They didn't do it, and I knew he was going to fail. So then year 3 comes. I say, will McDaniel put him in a pro-style system, or will he go for wins now? McDaniel didn't put him in the pro-style system. They did more of the same and the things that he did well. Instead of putting him under center, dropping back, attacking outside the numbers on the boundaries, comeback routes, the one-on-ones, processing the field, reading defense. Instead, McDaniel give them that easy package. If the linebacker do that, do this. If they do that, do that. We're not surveying the whole field. I done showed it a million times on film. When we look right, it don't matter what's happening on the left. We go into one of them 2 or 3 options on the right. We're not processing the field down the middle and surveying the entire field. That's the one thing our offense doesn't do. We do not process the full field. We either pick a side, or if it is the middle, it's because we holding a safety because we already know where we're going. And I told y'all, we need to run him in a pro-style system early on. It's going to be a rough start for him, but he's the type of talent that once he masters that pro-style system, he can be a great in the league. And as long as you don't put him in it, I have zero faith that he's going to be a great player. You could come in here and mask him all you want and make him a better productive player with better stats. But when teams take away that middle of the field, what they're doing essentially is giving you the things that the pro-style system allows. When they clog in the middle for all them timing routes, they're giving you the strength of the pro-style system on the outsides, the seams. They're giving you those. But we can't execute it because of the limitations. We can't. Do you think Tua would ever reach Pro Bowl status? I bet not. No, I didn't think he would ever be a Pro Bowler. But now when you look at the way the Pro Bowl has been the last 3 to 4 years, not surprised. Half of the good quarterbacks got hurt last year anyway. And the other half turn it down anyway. Pro Bowl is simply going to be fan voting is going to lead the way, and we know good and well who going to lead the way. Plus the stats on top of it, Mac Jones made the Pro Bowl. And boy, was I wrong thinking maybe he's something because he did. Boy, was I wrong. So no, you want to get an accolade that people respect, it's all pro. First or second team. But you want to accolade people who respect, it's all pro. Or one of the other individual awards other than comeback player of the year. I mean, you came back good. You played well. It's that simple. Mac Jones never made it. He was a third alternate. I mean, like I said, how you want to slice it. However you want to slice it. And then you also look at when is the Pro Bowl selected. It's not selected they vote on the Pro Bowl in November. Tua should win it every year. Tua should be in the Pro Bowl every year because they vote in November. He should be in the Pro Bowl every year. Every year, we got a perennial Pro Bowl player. As long as he got weapons around him, Tua Tagovailoa should probably be number 1 and number 2 selected in the Pro Bowl every year because they vote on it in November. They take your September to part of November. So that's what I think about the Pro Bowl anyway, is that they vote on it in November. That's all you need to know. It's that simple. Super chats, I'm going to go over them. Chief Firm, the homie said, you know you my man, and I'm riding with you no matter what. However, you did justify coaching style and also said Tua still has to prove himself. Yeah, I justified his coaching style because it's the history of it has shown results. Can you show me the history of a different coaching style that didn't show results? That's all I'm saying. I have a history of Belichick and Brady, knowing that their relationship wasn't great. But Tom Brady accepted that coaching. He took that coaching. He said he needed to take that coaching. Speaking of that, that's what I was actually looking up. before I was sidetracked. Let me pull it up real quick. Here you go.
The coach was going to be, if the coach was going to be hard on me, I was going to accept the difficult coaching because I needed to hear it. And again, it motivated me. And there was a lot of players on our team that would see me get coached hard and that they would say, okay, I got to step my game up because I don't want to get yelled at. Tom's getting yelled at. I don't want to get yelled at. How do I up my game? And I think that's what accountability looks like. And you can't be, so have your ego so big that, any criticism is going to, lessen your confidence. I mean, look, you're going out there in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks.
Any criticism is going to lessen your confidence. Any criticism breaking you.
In Vegas, and you got hundreds of millions of people watching. You better be tough at that point. You better have not go in there with, a weak attitude. I think you got to go in there and you got to embrace the challenge, embrace the opportunity. You're going to be tested. And if your coach tests you and your teammates test you, then you can go beat your competition. If they're not.
I mean, what you want me to say about that? But some people will argue, yeah, but there's a difference between testing you and disrespecting you. Do you know how these coaches talk to these players? Everything come out these coaches' mouth is disrespectful. Like, that's why I'm actually shocked about today. Yeah, but there's a difference between hard criticism and disrespect. Do you not watch all of these things? Everything that come out of these coaches' mouths is disrespectful. What are we talking about? These middle school and little kids getting coached disrespectfully. Now, that don't mean it's justified for the little kids, But, man, I tell you what, especially down where I was born and raised in South Florida, especially these little Miami programs, them coaches that's disrespectful and talk to them kids anyway, they winning championships every year. Don't mean it's good for kids' mind, but at the same token, they building them to have that mental fortitude. They building them whenever they go to the next level and that coach getting in them, they not going, oh, man, this is different. They can go on any level and take the heat. Like I said, some of it is just an upbringing. You can't talk to people that way. You know what? I ain't even think about that. You're right. That was Tua's words. You can't talk to people that way. Do you not see these coaches, the way they talk to people around here? And also said Tua still has to prove himself. So, G-Firm, you don't think Tua still got to prove himself? So he's already proven everything he needs to prove in this league. Yes or no in the chat? Has Tua already proven all he needed to prove? Yes or no in the chat? I gotta wait on this answer. Yes or no in the chat? Has Tua already proven all he needed to prove in this league? Okay, I'll just make it show. I was making sure. Anton R said, too much of one thing isn't good. I believe there has to be a balance. And that's fair, man. That's fair. That's why I said earlier on my stream. I said it earlier. I think Flores could have handled it better, but he didn't. See, that's all I'm saying here. I believe Flores could have handled that 10 times better, but he didn't. It still doesn't. You still gotta. That's just what I believe. But yeah, I do agree. Flores, I believe he could have handled it 10 times better. All right. Slippin' Jimmy said Tua was wrong to call Flo out like that in public. Yeah, of course. And here's the funny thing about it. All I'm hearing today is y'all stop saying that he keeps bringing it up. He was asked the question, Stop. Y'all know that response is not even NFL worthy. Y'all see everybody plays the game. Flores sat there on a couch and lied to all our face in the name of the NFL and the Shield and Tua and everybody and said, I think me and Tua had a good working relationship. I mean, you should ask him. I think he would agree. Because what happened. That's why grown men handle it. It's water under the bridge now. I'm gone. I'd have been fired. It ain't no need for me to come out here and be like, oh, I don't think he ever gonna be nothing. It ain't no need for Flores to give his true heart on the matter. He sat there right on there and lied to everybody, as he should. And that was showing Tua respect. How would you feel if he came out and gave you his true opinion? The truth of the matter is, his rookie year, he came in, didn't even learn the playbook, which Tua admitted. He didn't put the extra work in outside of practice, which there were reports of. He'd rather be out there golfing, and I want a dog. And he ain't that. And I don't think he ever going to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. You know what would have happened? You know how many people would have been killing Flores for even saying that publicly? The homie G Firm said Tua has proven he's a starting level QB. Yeah, I give you that. Tim Tebow was a starting level QB because he won. Just saying. It's a lot of starter guys who prove they're starting level QBs. Jimmy G went to a Super Bowl proving he's a starting level QB. We gonna do this, G Firm? Let's do it. But yeah, man, to be honest, Tua should have got that question and basically said what anybody that it's almost like, let me tell you what I don't like about this roster. It's a whole bunch of dudes that want to stick it to the ex-girlfriend that did them wrong. That's what it seemed like. It's a whole bunch of you hear Holland and Ramsey and all them about Fangio. And now Tua with Flores. It's water on the bridge. You're living better days. Why you worrying about your haters? That's what I mean with the whole thing with me. I'm not worried about them hating on me. I can easily be very descriptive on what other people have done to me and my family in these other communities, but I ain't even going to make these people look bad. I want whatever blessings they got coming to them to come to them. I don't want to step in the way of nobody doing what they got to do. But that's how I feel about it. Don't want to worry about you, TD, man. Read a comment section. Just read a comment section. Just a random one. Go click on one of my random videos. Read a comment section. I wish nobody was worried about me. I mean, y'all know it. Y'all come back and tell me, the people out here talking about me. It is what it is, man. I just don't feel like this should have even have come out, to be honest with you, because Brian Flores has never come out and said Tua's this, Tua's that. I don't like this. I don't like that. It should have simply been, what's the difference between Mike McDaniel and Flores? Well, with Flores, and you can even tell people without telling them. He had a different approach on how he coached the players and things like that. With McDaniel, it was a little more uplifting, whatever. You dumb it down. You make it whatever to keep it moving. The Tua, well, let's put it like this. That's that stuff right there. That's that stuff right there. Y'all know good and well there ain't no defending that. He wanted to clap back in that moment. He wanted to tell the world how he felt, which is why I told y'all earlier, it's still up there. Flores did a number on him, man. It's still up there. It's still bothering him one way or another. It's that simple. Play nice, guys. I hope they're playing nice. Yes, but he could be using it as motivation. I did say that earlier, Glenn. I did say, if it's still bothering you that much, I hope you're churning that into motivation to prove him wrong. I'm going to go get this Super Bowl so he know he was wrong. I hope that's what he's using it for. See, I can get behind that, but it still don't mean you got to go out and say it in public, though, Glenn. You see what I mean? But even me, I hope he using that as fuel. I'm going to prove Flores wrong. I'm going to get a Super Bowl, and I'm going to show him. What was that you were saying? You thought this was never possible for me because you didn't believe in me. You were wrong. You were wrong. I think when it's all said and done, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. I just hope he's using it for fuel. Saying Tua has to win a Super Bowl is goalpost moving. I didn't say he has to win a Super Bowl. I just feel like if it's motivation, then that's probably what it is. Because Brian Flores, I'm pretty confident he felt, I can't win a Super Bowl with this guy. I can't win a Super Bowl with this guy. Another thing, I'm glad you brought that up. Ladies and gentlemen, the goalpost argument don't work with me. The goalpost argument does not work with me. You know why? Because there's only one goal. And it's the Lombardi. And I can't move it past that. There's always only been one goal in the NFL. Now, if somebody said something like, oh, well, you need to at least win your first playoff game, that's because you behind. We got to dumb the goal down. We ain't moving it. It was dumbed down to begin with. When Josh Allen don't go to a Super Bowl and win it, he failing. When Lamar don't get to a Super Bowl and win it, he failing. When Burrow don't win it, he failing. Everybody failing. Everybody gets treated the same in regards to that. It's only one goal, and that's the Lombardi. That's always been the goal to me. I don't care all that other stuff, moving the goalposts. Anytime you use the term moving the goalposts on me, it's because it's been lowered in the first place. The goal been lowered in the first place. It been moved closer in the first place. Just to feel like you've achieved something. So when you're talking to me, if you hear me say you got to at least win your first playoff game, that's just to make you feel like you achieved something. Let me put the goal line a little closer to you because you can't get that far. You can't get that far. So let's just start with one win at a time. That's what that is to me. So all this goalpost moving, I don't want to hear it. Y'all need to stop. Lombardi a bust. And 31 quarterbacks bust every year. Period. And if Mahomes is owning the era, then you gotta figure out a way to get over that hump. I don't care if you want to be Charles Barkley your whole life. I'm looking for Jordan. I don't care for no Charles Barkleys. I love Dan Marino, greatest quarterback to ever play the game to not win a Super Bowl. I believe if he would have had one Super Bowl, we would have argued him being at least top 3 all time. Top 2, because I still think he's top 3, but that's just my bias. And it is bias. But he ain't got no Lombardi. It's that simple. He ain't got no Lombardi. As much as I love Dan Marino, he fell short. It was the run game. It was the coach. And whatever reason, he fell short. There's only one goal. Good career. Ring of Honor, Hall of Fame. Good career. But from a fan perspective, man, what is wrong with y'all? As a fan, you only want one thing. Y'all fall in love with these players and how successful they are and what they win. Man, what do we win? There's only one thing a fan can win, and that's a Lombardi to talk about. Shout out to the people that was able to witness the 1972 Dolphins. Last time anybody that was a fan of the Dolphins actually won. Felt that greatest feeling. And boy, is it not a feeling. Because I only had that feeling one time in my entire life from a sports franchise, and I was the Boston Celtics in 2008. I watched every game. I believed they were going to win from the beginning of the season. Huge fan. Bang! I'm just watching every game. All in the playoffs, every game, every regular season, I watched every game. And I witnessed that season. And I loved that season. And when it was all over, it felt so beautiful. It felt so beautiful. And all I could tell myself, if the Dolphins ever do this, man, my feeling is going to be elevated 10 times. But then y'all get mad at me for talking about the reasons why we're not. Every time I bring up the little reasons of why we're not or what's going to hurt us from doing it, but yet the results keep staying the same. You know what I thought to myself earlier today too? If every season, this is what everybody need to do individually. If every season you're scratching your head like, what is it? Why? If you don't know, then you need to stop listening to certain people. If every year you scratch your head and ask yourself, why us? What is it that keeps holding us back? You need to stop listening to certain people. Those who be, I ain't trying to toot my own horn, but those who be listening to me, they ain't shocked at the end of the year. And then on top of them not being shocked, it go down exactly at least 90% completed exactly almost of what I said was the issue that could come up. Everybody wonder why, the injuries got us. Remember the stream preseason last year when I told you all of these hopefuls, we got to hope this player doesn't get hurt. We got to hope this player can continue to play at a high level. We got to hope this player don't get hurt because they got a history. We got to hope that our quarterback can play well at the end of the season. We got to hope that all I do when I say we got to hope that is name the things that have showed its ugly head in the past and hope that it don't happen again. And I conclude and tell y'all that's too many hopes. It's too many hopes. Like it would literally be an act of God to say, let there not be any of that happen. Now you can sustain some of them. Some of them can happen and you should still be okay. But like I said, if you constantly every single year scratching your head like, what is it with us? Stop. You listening to the wrong people. Because there are too many people that cover this team right now in and out to where you should know what the problem is every year. You should know the strengths of the team. You should know the weaknesses of the team. But when you listen to these people keep on telling you everything is a strength and here's why, they'll take the weakness and tell you why it's a strength. And then, especially when you have people walking around here saying this, in Bevel I trust, in this person I trust. Oh, man. Boy, when they start that, when people start doing this out here, in this person I trust, in that person I trust, like coordinators and position groups, they tell you all you need to know. That means they're blindly hoping, just like this year, we are blindly hoping that Anthony Weaver is going to turn this defense into something great. And he can. But we're blindly hoping that. We're blindly hoping that. We don't know if he got the personnel that he would love, just like Fangio, even though Fangio was a success getting us to number 10, which is a success, whether y'all want to admit it or not. He still didn't even have the personnel that he wanted to have. Fangio even said in an interview recently, there was one guy on the Eagles that he tried to get Greer to trade for that he wanted. Defensive tackle, defensive line or something like that. I was listening to an interview of Fangio recently, and he was saying, yeah, when I was in Miami, we tried to trade for him. I tried to get him to trade for him. And it was one of the players that was already on the Eagles that he loved for the system. But for whatever reason, they didn't. But yeah, man, and I'm not saying we're not going to be great this year. But here's the thing about this year. There's a lot of hopes still, which we can have favor. You got to be a little lucky sometimes. We can have favor and some of those things don't happen, right? But ladies and gentlemen, we ain't going to get past that O-line situation this year. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. We're going to have some games where we look like we're unstoppable. But you know them tough games that we had last year? Them 5 tough games or whatever? We're going to have about 8, 9 of them this year. And some of them are going to be tougher, but we'll still take care of business, like Jacksonville, the Colts. They'll be a little tougher than like last year's Panthers, Giants, and all that. But, they'll be a little tougher, but we'll take care of those. But there's like 8 or 9 of those hard games. In them last 6 weeks, y'all keep playing around. They ain't no joke. I'm actually more worried about getting off to a slow start this year. That is my biggest fear. As long as we don't get off to a slow start, we're good. But any hiccup early on, and that's been the blessing the last 2 years, we've avoided somewhat the hiccups early on. But any hiccups early on this year, I'm telling you, it's over. We cannot afford that. You can't afford it. Let's keep it moving. What you're missing, TD, is Flo spoke reckless with Tua because he didn't want him. It's one thing to give a kid tough love to correct him. It's another to talk down on a kid because you believe he's nothing. I agree. Flores could have handled it better. He talked on him because he believed he was nothing, and I was wrong. But you still can't break. You still can't break. That's all I'm saying. But he did. And at the end of the day, it was what it was. Now McDaniel has helped build him up. He just got to stay up. And now he needs to exceed. Now he needs to fly high. Flores knocked him down to the ground. McDaniel helped get him back on his feet. Now he got to fly. McDaniel can't fly for him. He got to fly. Will he? It's whatever you believe. Will he fly? Scandala said Flores was being considered for head coach positions last offseason. Stop with the false narrative he's done as a coach. Trying to destroy a man because he didn't worship your favorite player is ridiculous. It's a great observation, Scant. I think it's very distasteful. I think, honestly, because we always talk about, and here's the frustrating part. They're doing this in-house, ladies and gentlemen. They're doing this they were in-house. Just like Omar Kelly said today on Twitter. The one thing he gave Flores credit for, he never did it in public. He never did it in front of other people other than like inside the locker room. He never aired that dirty laundry out there. That's why I'm disappointed that Tua did that, but it just shows you that Flores hurt him. And the biggest issue that I have about it is people using this as an extra pile on to tug on your heart feelings of Tua. That's all this is. And it's actually distasteful and disgusting. People around here piling on to this man when at the same token, just because Tua say it don't mean that he's being 1,000% factual. First of all, let's get another thing straight. Tua didn't say Flores said those things. Tua said, it's like this. Imagine waking up every morning and somebody's telling you this, that, and that. He didn't say that's what it was. He said that's what it was like. The constant barrage. But we're trying to insinuate the exact words he said and how bad. No, that's it. Tua's expressing to you how he felt about what Flores was doing and how he felt the words were perceived as. That's like going into the building as a head coach and you're looking at a player, you ain't gonna never get it. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, there you go again. You ain't gonna never get it. He tell you ain't gonna never get it 100 times. Then that person go tell somebody else, you know what they say? Imagine being told you suck every day. That you don't belong. When the man probably was just saying you ain't gonna ever get it. This is how things can be insinuated. But even me, I believe Flores was straight up. even me, I'm just saying we really don't know unless he said these are the exact words Flores was saying. But even me, I feel like Flores wasn't mincing words. He was telling them that stuff straight up. I bet he was. I bet he was. Flores, man, Flores knew his fate. Flores knew his, and I asked this question on the stream earlier, which is a great question to ask. Imagine if we never fire Flores. In the last 2 seasons we had in Miami, we did that with Flores. Would y'all be asking for Flores' job right now? Remember, we won 9 games, then 10 games. McDaniel came in and won 10 games. If Flores would have had a 3rd season and won 10 games, would y'all have been calling for his job? Then he comes back and win 11 and we lose in the 1st round again. Would y'all be calling for his job? Maybe not. I'm just curious. 4 years of Flores and no playoff wins now. Would y'all be calling for his job? Just curious. Something I'm just curious about. Billy Batson says soft fan base deserves soft quarterback. Nobody's soft. Stop this soft turn. Everybody keeps saying soft this, soft that. Nobody's calling Tua Tagovailoa soft. Tua is tough in his own right, okay? He is not soft. Now, the level of what he can take may be different than others. And I'm sure he can take a lot more than a lot of others. There's levels to this. I'm sure Tua can handle more than the common man. But what's required of that position even requires more to be able to handle. But like I said, man, the important thing right now is that he fell. McDaniel helped him back up. Now he got to fly. Y'all are crazy in the chat. Flo is not for sale and wanted to win. You got to respect that. Depends on your perspective. Some people despise it. Some people hate Flores with a passion because he impacted their beloved quarterback, or he stopped them from getting their beloved quarterback in Joe Burrow or something by not tanking. Whatever, for whatever reason, there are a lot of people that really dislike Brian Flores. And they got their reasons for whatever reason, whether it's fair or not, it's their reason. But I don't know why this is still even a topic. It should have, I was shocked when I heard him come out and say this today. When he said it with Levitar and them, I was shocked. Man, see, he's filter free now, maybe. Maybe he's filter free. Nothing wrong with that. But you got to go out there and back it up. Because you know what the media going to do. The media going to be covering this tomorrow. So what do you take of Tua's description of Brian Flores? They going to a little bit take Tua aside, but then you're going to have a handful of commentators. What you want, just saying what I told y'all, what you want the coach to do. He got this, he don't believe, and look at how he show up late in season. Blah, they're going to take that. And this is the perfect fuel for them to take that little folder, put it in the file cabinet, and every season they're going to look at how Tua ended up, and if he ended up good, they're going to sit on that file, and if he ended up bad, they're going to bring it out, dust it off, and it's going to be on and popping the next morning at 9 a.m. for the show. All he did is put a target on himself for if he do struggle at any point in his career bad, the fall's going to be greater because the media going to be all over it. I remember this being the same guy that came out and wasn't strong enough to take hard coaching from Florida. I mean, I'm telling you, they ready for it. They ready for it. So I'm all good for players setting themselves up like that as long as they deliver. Then the praise is bigger if you deliver. So the stage is set. So Tua done set the stage. If he come through, the accolades and the praise will be off the charts. But if he fail, you got to understand what's going to come with that. You better get a playoff win at a minimum this year. You better get a playoff win at a minimum this year. Let me see this real quick. The homie sent me something. I don't know if I'm supposed to put it on stream. G-Firm, I'm supposed to play it on stream, or you just sending it to me? Let me know. I'll just play it. See what you sent me, homie.
That looks like, and then making sure we're maximizing next week as well before we get into the game.
Came out with some pretty strong comments out of the podcast about Brian and the coaching thing there. And I think most of anything was calling a bad person. What would you say to that, and just of your experience having it flow and go more than a year?
Yeah, I don't particularly have a comment on something that took place with another team, or I don't like to comment on comments of other players on other teams. But I can just tell you, I know the players Flo works with. He's got great relationships here. He really has. I know you guys have heard a lot of them talk about how much they enjoy playing for him, and how much I enjoy working with him every day. And that's all I can really comment on. And I just like to leave it at that.
Last one. The rest of the quarterback room as you guys bring in.
Yeah, Kevin O'Connell. Everything is good in Minnesota. He ain't out here attacking nobody in Minnesota. At least we on Flores watch now. Let's see. Tua is very demure. Also a history of the Patriot Way failing abroad. I don't agree. Here's what I'll say about the Patriot Way. It requires every level to be on the same page. Entire coaching staff. No. The Patriot Way, in my opinion, only works when you got the whole system operating with the same mentality. And here's where y'all miss out on the Patriot Way. The quarterback got to be on board for it. The coaches, general manager, owner, unison. Tom Brady, I just played the clip. He welcomed it. Coach me hard. It's only going to make me better. I need it because these are tough environments in the NFL. So when we sit here and talk about somebody from the Belichick tree going to another organization and the general manager don't share the same view, the quarterback can't take it. Stop saying the Patriot Way don't work. You need from top to bottom everybody to buy in for the rest of the team to see it, and they fall in line. That's why that whole argument of, this is a new league. Says who? Like Brady era is gone, and now that gives everybody free reins to say, all right, we're going to allow a new way to work because none of us want to go through that way. None of us want to do what it takes to be the greatest. None of us want to coach that way or be coached that way to become the greatest because it's too much. They set the bar too high. And now we need to all agree that it's too high, so we make a new high. That's how I feel what we talking about here. I don't know. Just me. All right. Why is Flo the main culprit when Ross tried to get rid of him for 2 consecutive years? Certain local media and even teammates doubt Tua, but Flores is the terrible person. Shaking my head. No, it's so funny you say that. That's the funny part of it all, actually. Before they even drafted Tua, your owner wanted Joe Burrow. It's alleged that your owner encouraged the head coach to tank. Winning ain't that important. He wanted to win anyway. It's been proven that your owner set up a meeting with Tom Brady and invited Flores, in which Flores showed up and found out Brady was going to be there and left, so that he could do things the right way. So your owner wanted to trade the world for tank for Burrow. Didn't work. Then he wanted to trade all the draft picks for Burrow. Didn't work. Then he wanted to illegally meet with Brady on the boat, which cost us a draft pick. And didn't work. Now, some people will argue, well, it only cheating on. See, everybody want to take the moral high road and talk about, oh, that's so mean of Flores to do that to Tua. See, people only want to take the moral high road when it suits their favor. But you want to demonize Flores for not taking for Burrow, which is the high road, for not meeting with Tom Brady on the yacht, which was illegal in the league. Y'all want to get mad at him for not doing that, but then say he's a terrible person. I'm confused. I don't get it. You can't pick and choose when somebody being terrible or they're not. So we need to have that same energy for Stephen Ross on Burrow, on Yacht Gate, trying to have a meeting on the yacht, and even allegedly telling his coach to tank. I mean, we ain't got to get on him for that because that's the alleged part, but we've already been proven about the yacht situation with Brady because we lost the draft pick for it. The league concluded the investigation. They concurred on what Flores' lawsuit said in that regard. What they don't want to concur with, not because they don't believe Flores, but they don't want to concur about the tanking games because obviously the NFL is in bed with the betting sites and stuff. They can't have that. They can't have that perception. So I'm sure they're going to fight to say, yeah, but that didn't happen, even though they probably already know. But it's just funny to me. He doesn't do the unethical things there, but he gets beat up by people anyway. And then whenever he's mean to somebody, all of a sudden he's a terrible person. Like, can we give him his credit for being upstanding and following things how he was supposed to early on? But the problem is he was beat up then too. Y'all have been forever told, because Tua didn't come out the gate looking like Herbert and Burrow, you've been forever told that Flores is the reason, and y'all have hated him ever since. Before any of this stuff even came down the pipeline, you hated him. You hated him from day one. And again, could he have done things better? Absolutely. Yeah, and you're right, Brad. Local media was criticizing Tua. Some of his own teammates was criticizing him, going as far as to say my career is being wasted here with him. Flores, everything that happens, it's blamed on him. TD or Flournier. No. I'm just trying to stick up for the right side of things on this. And I'm not talking about the right side of it as in he's handled all this properly. No. But the criticism of him is being piled on intentionally to try to make somebody else look better and try to justify their first 2 years being not good. The first 2 years of Tua not being good is not Brian Flores' fault. Tua didn't even know the playbook. That's all this is about, just so y'all know. People want to be able to tell his story and say the only reason the first 2 years was like that because of his coach. They want to be able to say that, because when it's all said and done, they think that there's still hope that he can have an impeccable career. Maybe, but all right, we'll see. We'll see. Time always tells. Tua can talk about who he wants, TD. You the best, my bro. Yeah, Tua can talk about whoever he wants. You're right. Like, mine was just an opinion that he shouldn't have. But he has a right to talk about whoever he want to talk about. But remember what I said. You don't put yourself out there now. You don't show up. Don't get mad when people bringing it at you. You got to show up now. And we ain't talking about show up like the last 2 years that some of y'all think is okay. No, you got to show up. You got to show up. Miss Finn's in the house. Love you, sister. Y'all go check her out. Make sure you sub to her channel. Great content. Y'all missing out if y'all ain't subbed to Miss Finn's, by the way. Y'all are missing out. Make sure y'all see her in the chat with the bullseye. Y'all go click on it and sub to the channel, all right? G-Firm, check your phone. I think I already did. Unless you sent something up. Yeah, I got you, homie. I already did. I've been here. Why you gotta be at the game? Okay, cool. Just not a good look. Already thought of as soft team that doesn't win tough or cold games. You know, it's not a good look from a PR standpoint, but from their perspective, they might be just like me. I don't care what other people think about me. Maybe they feel like they standing for something so they don't fall for anything. Maybe they sticking their chests out. If getting your point across crosses the line some of the time, cross it with pride. I love that line. If getting your point across crosses the line some of the time, then cross it with pride. Maybe that's what they're doing. So it's all good. See, and that's what I want y'all to understand even about this channel. This is why I'm not in the business of calling anybody stupid. I'm not in the business of calling anybody, out of their name or nothing like that. But if you're going to listen to this channel, listen to the words I'm saying and don't make them more than what I'm saying, because that's unfair. And when I read my comment section sometimes, and people say that I said something that I didn't say based off of the stream that they just watched, I don't know the word to use. I don't know the word to use. On my last stream, I never said Tua soft, man. Tua is soft. I've never said that. How dare you call him soft? At what point of the video did you hear me call him soft? I may have explained to you a mentality that was soft, but I didn't say he was soft. I done read some of the comments and over 10 comments, stuff that I never even said in the stream. Some of y'all listen to a clip and don't listen to the whole context and just think you know what I'm about to say for the rest of the stream. Trust me when I tell you, I didn't call Tua soft. Stop putting what the whole comment section put in there as my words. I'm giving content. Listen to what I'm saying. If you caught up in what, if I'm saying, see, this is why people think that we the way we are, and everybody flooding, this is why we soft. This is why we soft in the comment section, man. Tua soft and all this and that. You're like in your nature depending on me. And even the people checking for me and criticizing me and doing streams about me, that's what they do the streams on, I bet. I don't even know what stream zone was today from whoever talk about me, but I bet it was how dare him, he think this, that, there. What are we doing? Just misleading the masses. TD said he can't be broken. I ain't say Tua can't be broken because he was broken. I said he was broken because he was. He said it. He said it. But the truth of the matter is, when I say these things, maybe you do see Tua in the words that I'm explaining. And that's why you insinuate that I'm calling him that, because you see him in the exact example of what I'm explaining. The shoe fits, wear it. It's that simple. This made Tua better. Also, do we have best running back room? Salvin Ahmed has been released. Do we have best running back room? Yeah, I believe so. I think we're top 3, but I think we're the best, but we'll see this season. I think we are the best. How much will it matter if the O-line is garbage? How much will it matter? Boy. The biggest issue with Flo's plan for Tua is that he didn't have balance. If he had gotten McDaniel as an OC, I believe things would have been different. Well, William, I'm glad you brought that up. Most of the fan base don't even know they tried to get McDaniel and the 49ers blocked it. They tried to bring McDaniel in as an offensive coordinator for us under Flores, believe it or not. Why do you think he was a candidate for head coach later? They tried. You can't get everybody. Believe it or not, McDaniel been having a rough time trying with his staff. I don't care who on the O-line staff. I don't even pay attention to the names no more. You failing, you failing. Flores couldn't keep a defensive coordinator. McDaniel can't either. Flores can never hire a coach to fix the O-line. You think it's been fixed? Remember all these narratives, right? What Flores' issue was, he can never keep a good defensive coordinator. He can never hire a good defensive coordinator. He can never get a good coach that can fix the O-line. Is McDaniels not dealing with the same thing? But you don't hear a peep. You don't hear a peep. It's always been an agenda. Ross isn't the terrible person, but Flo is, huh? Funny how that works. By the way, who wouldn't want Love and Wirfs over Tua and Jackson? Fire every bad or good experience for every bad or good experience in life is at least a learning moment. It just depends what a person does with the experience. Facts. Straight facts. And that's why, Glenn, Tua did respond to the moment, but he can't be done. We need the next level of response. People don't understand what we need from Tua to be what we all begging for this team to be. You don't understand how much more you need from him. This is why when I get in an argument with people, and I was saying this with Dudley Durong earlier, we was going back and forth. We were having a conversation about it. And he was basically saying, you know, if Tua would have started his career with weapons, would you have been this like critical or something like that? He said. I said, see, this is the problem. People don't understand me in this regard. I have never evaluated Tua based off of what was around him. If I'm watching film in a play, the right tackle just blew his assignment and Tua gets clobbered, I don't sit there and say, Tua. If Tua throws a dime and the guy dropped the ball, I don't say Tua. I only focus on the plays. Good protection. Look at that opportunity, and he just hesitated. Look at that opportunity, and it was a bad throw. Look at that opportunity, and he took the wrong read. Everything other than that, though, you could blame Tyreek, you could blame the O-line and all that. I wipe them out. I only focus, when I'm evaluating you, I only focus on what you can control. What could you have controlled in this play? And even if the left tackle get beat, is there a play you could have still made? I only focus on what he can control in my evaluations. So when I say his entire career in the biggest moments, I acknowledge the team has failed. But what people don't want to acknowledge is he cannot be one who contributes to the failure. And he has. In every single game against a good team when it mattered most, late in the season, playoffs on the line or in the playoffs, Did Tua play a good game regardless of everybody else? And the answer is no. So I don't care about what was around him, because when I watched the film, even though your players are hurt, they gave you good protection on that play. The out route is wide open. Congratulations for taking the right read, but terrible throw. So wins and losses are not a quarterback stat. Example, week 1 last year, the Miami Dolphins played the Chargers. Week 1 last year, the Miami Dolphins played the Chargers. Am I supposed to criticize Herbert for putting up 33 points? He came to play. Him and Tua are having a shootout. That's a game. Put it like this. If we would have lost that game, Tua would have had nothing to do with it. If Herbert would have gotten the ball last instead of Tua and he would have went down and won, Tua would have had nothing to do with that loss. He did his job. It was the team. But it's funny how that works, because every time Tua do his job well, we don't lose. It's funny how that works. So when we lose, I go watch Tua film and I can see why we lost, even though everybody else was messing up. The one thing I know, if Tua does his job, even with mess ups, we still can win. We still could win. That's why I said, even if we would have lost that game, Tua had done so much in that game. I don't care if he had the ball last and he fumbled. Look at all he did in the game. I'm not going to kill him over the one little mistake, but you go back to the Chiefs game or the Buffalo game where he was struggling the whole game, and then at the end of the game, he blew it. That's different. But if you ball in all game and you make one little mistake at the end, where was your defense to hold you down at any point in the game? That's what I'm going to be looking at. That's how that works. I'm enjoying the show, TD. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Chargers run game killed us, not Herbert. Man, see. It is what it is. All right, cool. They got that on there. I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, you can't argue with everybody. You just can't. All right, move this over. Bring this over. Herbert did have the ball last. He got called for intentional grounding and took a sack. You forgot? No, I didn't forget. I already told you, if that was Tua in that situation, I wouldn't have blamed Tua. He did enough in the game. I felt like that game, the Chargers had a beautiful game plan. They ran the ball well. They threw the ball well. It was efficient. Their defense didn't show up. Our defense didn't show up for the most part. So we're going to sit here and act like Herbert lost them the game. Was Herbert trash throughout the game? And the point that I'm making here is, can you go to any of Tua Tagovailoa losses and show me the one that he was good in? I ain't say average. I ain't even say slightly above average. Can you tell me the one game we lost that he was good in? Did his part? He wasn't trash. He wasn't good. I didn't say he was trash. He wasn't good. You got to be good. When it matters most, in the biggest moment, you got to be good, even if you lose. That's the only message I'm trying to get across. Even if you lose, you got to be good. Not great, not excellent. You still got to be good. When things like, you know how people always like, well, he got a bad O-line, he got this, he got that. Ladies and gentlemen, when you go watch the film of what that person by themselves can control, were they good? Were they good? Who blows a 3-game lead with 5 games left? Was he good in those 5 games? Was he good in those 5 games? Yeah, give me a second. I'm just texting the wife. She asking how long I'm going to be. 9:56. I sent it. Sorry, y'all. All right. Hopefully she responds. Got it. My bad, Joel. All right, let's do it. Oh, G Firm hit me up again. G Firm said Bills game in 2022. We lost and Tua played well. I don't know why do people keep going to the Bills game in 2002? I done talked about this Bills game in 2002 100 million times. Are we talking about the game where Tua had like, I think it was 56% completion percentage. It was I talk about this game so much. It was like I knew he threw the ball 30 times. He had like 16 or 17 completions. And when you go back and watch the film, go watch every single incompletion he had. And go look at all the missed opportunities. But since he had 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, that's all people talk about. I remember this game. Everybody bring that game up to me when I bring up the same argument. And I go educate him. He was less than 55% completion, if I'm not mistaken. 54, 55, or 56% completion. And go look at them completions, the blown opportunities in that game. But all they look at is 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And I don't think he had a fumble in that game. That's all they see. But there was a reason why it was like 55% completion percentage. Go watch the film of all those incomplete passes. Huge opportunities when we had to punt the ball. Just saying, go watch it. But I get what you're saying if you're talking about no turnovers, but it's not always in the form of turnovers, y'all. Just missing wide open guys and opportunities to put yourself in a winning position is enough. And again, he wasn't bad in that game, by the way. But if I was to sum it up in total, average, maybe slightly above average, because he didn't turn the ball over, he did his job, I guess, per se. Wide open guys dropping TDs is also impactful. Well, I don't evaluate those plays. I only evaluate the ones he can control because I don't hold it against him, the ones he can't. But I know some people arguing, yeah, but you got to count them because he would have. Ain't how it work. Now, if I'm evaluating Tyreek or whoever dropped those passes, that'll go in their evaluation. Somebody say they dropped 3 interceptions. I don't remember, so I ain't going to hold that against Tua to say that was the case because I don't remember that far. I don't remember that far. Just saying. But my point stands though. Even if you were to reach to a game, out of 10 of them, that's the only one. And that's, like I said, debatable. That's the problem. When it matters most in the biggest moments. What's a big moment? You still ain't clinched playoffs or got your seeding, and every game matters. Those are big games. Biggest moment, you lose and you go home. Playoffs or late in the season to make the playoffs. Winning the division is on the line. Those are the big games and the big moments. Can somebody step up and tell me what has Tua Tagovailoa been in those moments? And don't tell me it doesn't matter. You have to look at it holistically. No. That's see, would y'all be fine with a Tony Romo career for Tua? You know, that's a great question. Would y'all be fine with the Tony Romo career for Tua? Yes or no in the chat? It's a really good question. That is a great question. Would y'all be fine with the Tony Romo career for Tua? The truth of the matter is, no, you won't, because we all want him to win a Super Bowl. We all want him to win a Super Bowl, man. That's what it comes down to. And Tony Romo put up stats every year. Tony Romo was a good quarterback. But when it mattered most, who was Tony Romo? This is why the Dallas Cowboys has been so polarizing on national airwaves for so long. Stephen A. Smith, what can go wrong will go wrong. You might well start using that for the Dolphins because it's like clockwork. It's starting to be like clockwork. It's truly starting to be like clockwork for us. Hey, when everybody at their highest, what can go wrong will go wrong. Like Stephen A. always say, oh, no. They doing good now. Just wait and see. Wait and see. And it irks them Cowboy fans. Ugh, we got to prove it this time, but they never do. And Stephen A. becomes more and more polarizing and bigger, which also means more people love him. But he's right. He's right. He don't come for, and the crazy thing is he don't come into it with malintent. He's just telling you what history shows you, and then what they do, the moves they make, ain't nothing changed. I can see all through that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I ain't no different. I'm just expressing what I see. I'm saying what a lot of people are scared to say, because for the longest, fans aren't allowed to be critical of their team. For the longest, fans are not allowed to be critical of their team. And that's why I started the channel to begin with, because we've been lied to for so long. And then people wonder why I have success, because people get tired of being lied to. And it don't make me right. I could be wrong myself, but at least I'm genuinely coming to you with what I believe. But people are getting fed up with being lied to. And they're like, I can't believe you make money and all this and that off of lies and toxicity. Do you not realize you're the one that's actually being used with the people that are lying to you and telling you just straight up lies just to get you to like them? You're the victim. You're the victim. And not of me. And people don't see that and never question it either. Always turn out total opposite of what the other people telling them and never question it. It's crazy to me. So I'm always be honest about it. I'll wrap it up. I just got to get through these super chats. All right. Love you. You okay? All right. Everybody say hi. She said hi, everybody. Let me see. G Firm. Let me see. Oh, my bad, y'all. Studio closed out on me by mistake. Let me pick up where I left off. I'm gonna read these super chats pretty fast. You want a drink? Hey, stop coming in here with my stuff. You need to fill it up. Thank you. And empty me out. Hey, dear, love you. All right. All right. Darius Slade took issue with Matt Patricia for how he spoke to him and demanded a trade. Patriots Way only worked with Brady. Even he got tired of it. Did he get tired of it? Brady wanted to stay in New England, but they weren't doing what he wanted them to do. He wanted to get paid for the first time in his career, and Tampa did it. He wanted to get paid serious money for the first time, and they did. But again, yeah, it worked in New England, but you got to understand they still was winning Super Bowls. I got a new name for you, bro. Flow Rider. I guess, man. I'm just building more, but not you. I'm building more and more enemies every day just from telling the truth. After today, Tua better be a top 5 QB without question. But Tua does seem different this year. But here's the question, Glenn. If he doesn't, it ain't going to matter. Nobody's going to hold him accountable. Nobody's going to say anything negative if he doesn't. If he comes out and he's a 12th best quarterback and he put up 4,400 yards and 26 touchdowns and 13 interceptions, nobody going to say nothing. If we lose in the first round, nobody going to say nothing. So does it matter? Nobody gonna say nothing. It's just gonna be the injuries again, or McDaniel ain't what we thought. Nobody gonna look at him. I ain't pro Flow, but Tua hurt his ability to get work and paid in this league with those comments. Flow never said a bad thing about Tua to the media. Yeah, but it don't matter to the Tua because he got the bag in Miami. We will always be used for the bag. Always. I'm not sure if you went over it already, but at the start of the live, you seem to have changed your opinion a little regarding Flow dislike on Tua. What have you seen or been privy to be able to stow? I don't know what you mean by I changed my position, but I do recognize that I feel Flo could have handled things better. There's no question about it. I also recognize Flores was in a tough situation. When you don't believe in a guy, see, somebody said this earlier, you at least need a coach that believes in you. Well, you can't get mad at him because he didn't believe in him. Like, you want a coach to believe, like y'all all know we don't like Deion Jordan. He was the biggest bust, right? I'm gonna get mad because the coach didn't believe in him after he saw him? Or does that only qualify for Tua? Flores didn't believe in him. It was what it was. Maybe he was trying to run him out the door. And he knew either he would succeed running him out or he'd rise to the occasion and he'd gain his respect bigger than anybody ever. But neither things happened. Flores got fired. Mike McDaniel came in, provided that positive reinforcement to build him back up. Now he has to fly. Will he? Time will tell, bro. 2-9 is always seen as a detriment to the fan base. But it's curious how Tua is here and Flores has been gone for a hot minute, and yet fans align themselves with a disgraced coach over their own. So I guess it's baffling to you that I would align myself with the disgraced coach than my own, which is Tua Tagovailoa. Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to understand that 2-9 is always seen as a detriment to the fan base. But it's curious how Tua is here and Flores has been gone for a hot minute, and yet fans align themselves with the disgraced coach Ever over their own, excuse me. I align myself with results. I align myself with what Brian Flores was able to accomplish with nothing on the roster, above 500 2 seasons in a row. And when I look at the coach we have, I don't see that much of an improvement from a winning standpoint than what Flores did. Flores got 10 wins. Mike McDaniel got 10 wins. He was fortunate to get into the playoffs because of the rest of the field was weaker. That's why you get in with 10 wins. Just like Flores didn't get in with 10 wins because the rest of the field was stronger. Then McDaniel increases that to 11 wins. You mean to tell me adding Bradley Chubb, Teron Armstead, Connor Williams, it goes on, Connor Williams, Tyreek Hill, and company, Jalen Ramsey, get you a one-game improvement? Get you a one-game improvement? So I'm sorry, yeah. I think we had a great coach. To accomplish what he did with what he had, I could only imagine if he had what we had, what that would have been. So I'm not the one to be talking about, oh, what's here and what's not here. I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. I'm not a Mike McDaniel fan. I'm not a Tua Tagovailoa fan. I'm not a Tyreek Hill fan. I'm not a Jalen Waddle fan, even though I like Waddle. I mean, I like some of these people, but I'm not their fan. They come and go, whether it's their choice or the organization. I am a Miami Dolphin fan. The only thing I care about is the best interest of the team, not these individuals that can come and go, whether they choose or the team chooses. I know how to separate the two, and that's why I can be objective and critical and non-delusional. I don't know, just me. Preach, bro. Let the church say amen. Shout out D-Rod. Dropping Dime said, with the new revelation about Flores, is it true Walt Aikens farted in Flores' office and had him released? Confirmed. Like, man, like I've been hearing this for 4 years now, man. Y'all keep on making this crazy comment. And by the way, man, y'all been putting a lot of donations on the screen, a lot of colors on the screen. First of all, thank y'all. I'm humbled and I'm appreciative. But y'all making my haters mad, man. Y'all can't be, y'all know they be tuning in when they see that color and people donating for. Y'all gotta stop, man. Y'all get me in trouble. Y'all get me in trouble. Y'all know my haters want to see 2 viewers and no color on the screen. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I've been reading super chats for 4 hours. Man. But thank y'all, man. It's greatly appreciated, man. I'm always appreciative of the love y'all show. Man, imagine firing 2 defensive geniuses because they weren't nice. And all we got to show for it is a second place in the AFC East. Newsflash, this defense will take a step back this year, and the O-line is less talented too. Man, Brad, I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong. I really do, because as much stuff I be talking, I really need just a year of, man, this team making me proud. I need it. I need these haters to be like, no, don't hop on the bandwagon now. I need it so bad. I just hope you're wrong, bro. I hope you're wrong, man. I can't. Ricardo said, plus the extra game. Oh, even worse. Flores didn't even have 17 games in what he did. McDaniel had an extra game and only could garnish 1 more win. Oh, I didn't even think about that, man. Ricardo, man, you're going to get me in trouble too, man. It's making too much sense. Wow. Flores had 16 games and got 10 wins. Mike McDaniel came in with 17 games and got 10 wins. Then came with 17 more games and got 11 wins. And you added Tyreek Hill, Jalen Ramsey, Bradley Chubb, Teron Armstead, Connor Williams, and a few more. Raheem Mostert, Devin Achane. Wow. Wow. I never thought about the extra game. Wow. Y'all making too much sense. Thought on Tua calling Flo a terrible person. I mean, I kind of been talking about it, but I was shocked that he would say that. But I told you that just means it's still bothering him. It's still bothering him. Because y'all know Tua. Tua is a high character guy. Tua is a high road guy. Tua is the type of guy that'll brush it off and like, well, I really don't want to get into that. I respect him. I'm happy for him. I wish him nothing but the best. Usually you think that's the Tua we know. Tua got that bag and said, man, they done paid me. Oh, they done messed up. Tua done got that bag and said, Tua said, all I ever wanted was to be a G. So I went and got the bag. Yeah, them lyrics. B-A-G, bag. All I ever wanted was to be a G. So he went and got the bag. Man. All right. Rumor was Flo wanted Mike MM as OC, but San Francisco blocked it. I told everybody that like 10 minutes ago. I said that. Flo was trying. He was trying to bring in a coordinator that could help Tua. He was trying. I ain't gonna lie though. Hear me out on this. Imagine if that would have happened though. Flores head coach, but you know what the defense is going to be, and Mike McDaniel was the OC. Imagine if that was the case, though. CD, why do you let the trolls rattle your cage? Don't feed the trolls, CD. They don't. I never let them rattle my cage. And as far as don't feed them, I don't feed them. But sometimes when people come in and they start talking about it, I just remind them who I am. That's nothing to me. I'm actually happy for the trolls that come for me. Because if it's as long as it's elevating them, if they doing it and they ain't getting nothing for it, then that's different. That's different. That's why I never understand people on YouTube. I mean, Twitter Spaces. I don't understand people on Twitter Spaces. People that run Twitter Spaces, for the life of me, I don't understand it one bit, unless it's something I don't know. Like people be on there 2, 3, 4 hours going at it on Twitter Spaces and ain't making a dime to do it. Like put them conversations over here on YouTube. At least they'll pay you a few cents every 1,000 people that listen. You know what I mean? That's why I don't understand that stuff. So they be hating in there. They be talking all kind of crazy stuff. At least make it make sense, literally. I never understand YouTube Spaces at all. Anyway, I mean Twitter Spaces. I keep saying YouTube. Biggest problem of Tua calling Flo terrible, the truth stings. Yeah. Okay, I finally caught up on the super chats. I think I made it through. What up, TD? You ready for football? I'm not ready, actually. I'm not ready. I have to order some monitors to go next to my stuff. I want to like change up my setup a little. I'm like fighting in my head how I want to do it. All type of stuff. And I only got 2 weeks and I need to get in gear. I'm just debating a lot of stuff mentally. But yeah, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready for the regular season, but I will be. I will be, sure enough. Taping good show, TD. Hey, listen. All right, before we get out of here, listen to me. I need y'all help, all right? All y'all, I need y'all help because a lot of people signed up earlier today. I want to get as much people as I can in here while it's free. The only reason I'm going to stress this right now because everybody going to be asking me when we start and they see the money in that pool go up and up and up. And they're going to be like, how can I get in? I'm going to be like, you got to pay $25 to get in. Right now, it is free. I partnered with Locker to do my fantasy football this year with Locker. It is free. So later, I don't want to hear nothing about, man, 25. It's free. They're encouraging people to come play fantasy with them, and I love their game setup. Y'all see me do it every Sunday. When the games happen, you see Locker on the right side of the screen over here, and I'm guessing who gonna have the most yards on the next drive? Tyreek for 200, and I'm winning money. Y'all see me doing it. Well, sometimes I don't win, but it's free right now to enter my fantasy league for the whole year. It is a $25 entry fee to enter my league, but right now this week it's free. Okay? So there's the QR code. When you get inside the app through the QR code, find my league, tdphinstalk. If they ask you for a promo code, put in FINZ, PHINZ, not S, but Z. Because that code is going to give you the free $25 to get into my league. Is there a link? Go download the Locker app. You see this whistle and lightning bolts on the screen, the green and purple? Go to your app store. It's now on Android, ladies and gentlemen. Last year, it was only Apple. I told y'all about it earlier tonight, and let me tell y'all how many people joined it. Earlier, because it was just me in there earlier when I set it up with Locker. So right now, let me see how many people have joined my league. Right now, I got 9 people in the league. Just from me telling y'all about it earlier today. It should easily be 100 people in there. A free league with $1,000 pool, and the pool could grow depending on if we get more and more people. I don't know how to stress it again. Free. And for those who don't gamble, this is free. It's not the sports book and the odds and all that. It is fantasy. It's a competition, and what the game is going to be, you play it all year whenever you want in each week. What they'll do at the end of the season, because it'll be over in week 18, they're going to take your top 3 scores from all season and calculate them together, and the top 10 places are going to win cash. So if you didn't have a good week this week, it's all right. You just got to try your very best to make your score better and better and better, because they are going to take your top 3 scores from the entire season. You could play all week if you want. In our game, in another game, you get to play as much as you want in the league, and they are going to record your top 3 scores on the leaderboard. And the goal is to keep trying to beat your top score so that you can even get higher. So you're never safe, because somebody can have a miraculous week or game per se. So take advantage of it now that it's free, so that when we're playing on Sunday, you could be a part of the game. It's on Apple. It's in the Apple Store and it's on Android now. Yeah, it's Locker. It's an app. I'm not sure about the web version. I just always knew it to be the app. Locker. Purple and green. So I'm giving y'all that opportunity. Sign up for it. Get in the league. And also, I am doing a jersey giveaway for this as well. But in order to win the jersey, you have to go to my socials and say, I joined Locker, and share it with the link or with the QR code or telling people about it. And I'm going to pick one person. I'm going to pick one lucky winner to win an authentic Miami Dolphins jersey. You pick the player, and I'll get it for you. Because I'm trying to get as many people in this league as possible. And when they reach back out, because it was going to be my fantasy league for $25. When they reached out and be like, man, we love what you do, what you did for us last year, we're going to make this week free for just your people. But after this week, then it's going to be back to your normal 25, but get as many as you can in now so that those people are taken care of. So I'm stressing this to people. Get the app. When you get in, join my league. Use code FINS with the Z at the end to get the free $25 and apply it to my league so you can get in. All right? That way I could play against them. I mean, y'all going to lose anyway, but I'm just saying. All right? Don't be accusing me of breaking you. Let me stop. I'm being messy. All right? Outside of that, man, I done been 2 hours. I was only supposed to be like 45 minutes. I was supposed to be about 45 minutes, but I'm 2 hours. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. Before I go, thank you to all the new subscribers of the channel. Thank y'all for tuning in. I always say this to the new subscribers. I'm not for everyone. I'm not claiming to be right about everything. Some things you're going to be like, TD, you dead wrong. Nobody's perfect. But you rock with me. I rock with you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. And I'm always be honest, at least what I believe is honest. And I'm always humble enough to say it doesn't make me right, but it's just how I feel and my opinion on matters. All right. So I'm TD from tdphinstalk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Every single person that joins this channel as a subscriber, we're all family. Fighting, fussing, arguing, all that. We all good. We all family. As long as we can respect each other's opinions while disagreeing and not get disrespectful, this is the place to be. If you can't respect other people's opinion, even if you totally agree, this is definitely not the place to be. It's definitely not the place to be. Because I want this to be for people who are emotionally mature, who can have a real conversation, even if they don't like what they're hearing or they love what they're hearing. It's that simple. All right. Y'all stay blessed. Shout out to the homie Donald and shout out to Donald and Irene. I got your message too. Love you. Thank you. And I always will be true to myself. California, I see you on the run, Miss Fins. Y'all go check out Vivian in the house. Man, Tua Tuesday in the building. Salute to you. Man, I see all y'all. Billy Batson, Stave. I see you, Dylan, Medina. Man, I can't read that one. It's like hard wide or something like that. I can barely read the font you're using. So sorry. The Red Sox, I see you, TE. What up? Stay zooted in the house. Cal Grow, J Stito 3, E Elliott. I'm bad. E Elliott is E Luis. Eloise probably see. I don't know. Whatever. All right. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. I can't go through them all. Salute. Y'all hit the like button on your way out. Thank y'all for helping this channel be successful. And I'm nothing without God, but I'm also nothing without you guys making this channel everything. Salute to you guys. Nothing but love. I'm out. Peace. I got it though. I know you did. I'll see y'all later. Let me go get in the shower and try to get me some rest.